The little girl was sitting alone on a cold wooden bench in the fading light of the park, clutching a worn-out teddy bear as if it were the only thing anchoring her to this world. Her small shoes barely touched the ground, and her wide eyes scanned every passing stranger with a fragile hope that broke the heart of the man who noticed her. Daniel Carter had come to the park that evening to clear his mind after another exhausting day of balancing work and fatherhood. But the moment he saw her trembling under the golden autumn leaves, he felt something shift inside him. He had no idea that taking her hand would reopen a chapter of his life he had sealed away with pain. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the quiet miracles that change lives, please like this video. Share it with someone who needs hope. Comment your thoughts and subscribe to Grandma Diery to support more heart-touching stories like this. Daniel had been a single father for 3 years, ever since his wife passed away unexpectedly, leaving him with a 5-year-old daughter named Lily, and a silence in their home that never truly faded. He had learned to braid Lily's hair by watching tutorials late at night, to pack school lunches with little handwritten notes, and to smile even when his heart felt unbearably heavy. But loneliness had become a quiet companion, and trust was something he no longer gave easily. When he approached the little girl on the bench, she looked no older than 6. Her brown hair was tied into uneven pigtails, and her cheeks were smudged with dirt and dried tears. The park was nearly empty, the sky turning a bruised shade of purple as evening settled in. Daniel asked around, searching for a frantic parent, calling out softly, scanning every corner of the playground. No one came running. No one claimed her. The park lights flickered on and the air grew colder. He knelt in front of her, speaking gently, asking her name. She whispered Emma, so softly it was almost carried away by the wind. She didn't know her address. She didn't know a phone number. She only said she had been waiting a long time. The words pierced him deeper than he expected. Lily stood beside him, holding his hand tightly, watching the girl with worried eyes. Daniel saw in Emma the same vulnerability he had seen in Lily the day they stood at a hospital bed, saying goodbye to a mother who would never come home. He made a decision that felt both reckless and necessary. He contacted the local authorities, reported finding her, but with night approaching and no immediate solution, he was told it would take some time to sort everything out. Emma's small fingers wrapped around his sleeve when he mentioned leaving her there. That simple gesture shattered any hesitation he had left. He couldn't walk away. Not this time. The drive home was quiet. Lily offered Emma her favorite blanket in the back seat, and the two girls sat close, their shoulders touching as if they had known each other longer than an hour. Daniel's mind raced the entire way. Was he doing the right thing? What if someone was searching desperately for her? What if this complicated his already fragile life? But every time he glanced in the rearview mirror and saw Emma fighting sleep, he knew he could not have left her alone in the dark. When they pulled into the driveway, Daniel felt an unfamiliar tension tighten in his chest. His house had been a place of routine and quiet survival for years. Nothing unexpected ever happened there. He unlocked the front door, the porch light casting long shadows against the walls. Lily stepped inside first, still holding Emma's hand. Then the door swung fully open. Daniel froze. Standing in the warm glow of the hallway light was a woman he had not seen in over 6 years. Her hair was shorter now, her face thinner, but the eyes were the same. They were eyes he once loved, eyes that once promised forever before walking away without explanation. Her name formed silently in his mind like a ghost returning from the past. Sophie. Emma's hand tightened around Lily's. The little girl's breathing became uneven, and she hid partially behind Daniel's leg. Sophie's expression crumbled the moment her gaze landed on Emma. Tears flooded her eyes instantly, and her hand trembled against the doorframe. Daniel's heart pounded so loudly he could hear it in his ears. Memories rushed back in chaotic waves, the arguments, the heartbreak, the night Sophie disappeared from his life without a goodbye. He had spent years rebuilding himself from that betrayal before meeting his late wife, convincing himself that some wounds would never reopen. But here she was, in his house. Sophie explained between broken breaths that she had been searching for Emma for hours. She had stepped away for a moment in the park to answer a call, and when she turned back, Emma was gone. Panic had swallowed her whole. She had gone to the police, then somehow traced Daniel's address through old records when she heard a man had reported finding a child matching Emma's description. She never expected it to be him. The coincidence felt too heavy to be real. Emma finally ran to her mother, burying her face in Sophie's coat. The relief in that embrace was overwhelming, almost sacred. Daniel watched, torn between lingering resentment and undeniable gratitude that the little girl was safe. Lily stood beside him quietly, sensing the storm of emotions swirling in the room. In that fragile moment, Daniel realized something unexpected. The anger he had carried for years felt smaller. Watching a mother cling to her child, terrified of losing her, reminded him of the fear he lived with every single day as a single parent. The past did not disappear, but it no longer controlled him. Sophie apologized not just for tonight but for the years of silence. She admitted she had been young, afraid, and overwhelmed back then. Life had humbled her. She had married, divorced, struggled, and grown. Emma was her world now, and losing her even for a few hours had shown her how fragile everything truly was. Daniel did not forgive her instantly. Healing does not happen in a single evening, but something softened inside him. Perhaps it was seeing how much both of them had changed. Perhaps it was realizing that bitterness only steals from the present. He invited her to sit, to calm down, to let Emma rest before driving home. It was not a reunion of romance, but it was a reunion of humanity. That night, after Sophie and Emma left safely, Daniel tucked Lily into bed. She asked if Emma would be okay.